Nervous tissue, the coordinating tissue. We know that our body works in a controlled and coordinated manner. And why is that so? That is because of this nervous tissue. So this nervous tissue is highly specialized tissue which is very important for receiving stimuli and the conduction of it in the form of nerve impulse. So this is going to control and integrate the activities of various part of the body. So we can say that nervous tissue has two main characteristics. The first one is conduction and the second one is integration. For the integration, some organs are going to play a very important role, which includes brain, spinal cord, and the nerves. Here we can see the characteristic of nervous tissue. So we know that nervous tissue is going to be formed of the nerve cell. These nerve cells are also called as neuron, and apart from this neuron, we also have nerve fiber. So first, let's take a look at the neuron or the nerve cell. So neuron or nerve cell are considered as the longest cell in the body. So they can be as long as a meter, and these neurons are the one which are the structural and functional unit of entire nervous system and nervous tissue. So neurons have some special functions to perform. First is they are going to receive the stimulus, and second is that they are going to transmit this stimulus in the form of nerve impulse to our organs like brain and the spinal cord, and there this information will be processed and again carried by this neurons only to the organ from where the information has been received. Now over here we can see the structure of neuron. A neuron is differentiated into two parts. First is the cell body or cyton, and second is the neurite. Here we can see in the image, this thing is called as the cyton or cell body, and all these things are called as the neurites. Cyton or the cell body is star shaped. Its cytoplasm is called as neuroplasm, which contains large nucleus and several Nissls granule and fine thread like neurofibrils. Neurites arising from cyton are of two types, axon and dendron. This is called as the axon and this is called as the dendron. Dendrons are small and highly branched processes arising from cyton. Their number may vary from one to many, and they receive impulses from previous axon and convey them to the cyton. In this image, we can observe dendron. These structures are called as dendrons and they may vary in number. Axon is long cylindrical process arising from cyton and it is surrounded by covering called as neurilemma. Here we can observe axon which is covered by a membrane called as neurilemma. Its cytoplasm is called as neuroplasm and end is divided into several fine branches called as nerve endings. So these are the nerve endings. Axon conduct impulses from cell body to other neurons, and nerve cells are connected end to end to their axons and dendrons. Moving ahead, we have the nerve fibers. When we talk about the nerve fibers, the axon covered with one or two sheath is called as the nerve fiber. Means the axon should be covered with sheath. Now this sheath over here, can you see this thing? This is the sheath. Okay. And you can also see that there are some regions where sheath is missing or absent. And this region is given a special name. It is called as node of Ranvier. Okay, so the axons with neurilemma alone is going to form non-medulated nerve fiber, and the axon which is going to have myelin sheath is going to form medulated nerve fiber. So this thing is clear. Neurilemma is the thing which is surrounding the axon, and if only neurilemma and axon is present, it is called the non-medulated, and if axon with myelin sheath is present, it would be called as medulated nerve fiber. So this myelin sheath is also given another name called as medullary sheath, and here you can see that it is interrupted in middle. Okay, so there are certain places where myelin sheath is absent. So this neurilemma is in direct contact with axon, and such a point are called as nodes of Ranvier. Now we can talk about the function of nerve fiber. So can you see in this image, all these things are nothing but the nerves. So in our entire body these nerves are spread, and you can see that this nerve fibers have an important function of conducting messages from one part of the body to other. So they are going to receive the stimulus, they are going to send it to the brain and spinal cord, where brain and spinal cord would be taking some decision and sending it back to the organs. Okay, and this impulses from brain and spinal cord are carried to the various body part with the help of this nerve fibers.